Hey everyone, Chuck Price here with Blue Collar Consulting. And after 25 years of being in leadership, I know that it can be inspiring, it can be awesome. I also know that there are times it can be pretty brutal and lonely as well. And so that's why we're here. Hang out with you, provide some tips and tricks, some things to think about, and some validation to what you're already doing. And so first I'll mention that today is opening day of baseball season. Probably one of my favorite days of the year. Huge baseball fan, huge Milwaukee Brewer fan. That's American Family Field right there. My Brewers won 14-2 today, so super happy about that. And then just thinking about like teams and baseball and all that kind of stuff. When we work with teams, there are four key things that we try to take into context or try to put into context for teams when we're working with them. The first is human-centered leadership. I know folks have probably heard the phrase human-centered leadership. For us, what I think about is that leadership it's human work. And so we help leaders think, feel, and decide more clearly by creating space for exploring the complexity they carry. And so leaders carry a lot. There's a lot going on in the course of a day, depending on the who, the what, and the where you're working, the responsibilities that you have, the decisions you need to make. Some of those decisions can be pretty heavy, carry a lot of weight. And so you can be making some heavy decisions 1 minute about the comings and goings, maybe of personnel, programs, things along those lines, big decisions about the people that you're serving. And then, you walk down the hall, and the next question you get asked is, do you want ham on the buffet today for the sandwich bar, when we have the meeting? And so the levels throughout the day of decision making are pretty insane sometimes. So we try to get to that human-centered level. Secondly, we look at ourselves as providing counsel over consulting. And so I know leaders don't need another program. And so what we try to do is be that partner that walks with you. And so we want to be that thought partner, not just another service provider. And then thirdly, helping provide clarity and complexity. There's so many, again, decisions, like I mentioned earlier, the comings and goings, and like, oh my gosh, what do I need to be doing? And sometimes we get caught up in the noise, we get caught up in the politics. And so what we try to do is, one, validate for sure that your work is complex, and then provide that space where we can help lift the fog so you can act clearly with some clarity and some wisdom. Just a little bit of pause sometimes really clears out the brain. And then fourthly, we believe and firmly stand by culture starts with conversation. And so healthy cultures begin with leadership conversations, not policies or frameworks. We want to put policies and frameworks in place, that's great. But we really need to lean into relationship, connection, trust, and safety. And that starts with leadership. And so saying hello to folks in the hallway, stopping by offices, those types of things. Those little bits of conversation build trust, build a connection. And so there you go. Human-centered leadership, counsel over consulting, clarity and complexity, and culture starts with conversation. There you go. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you're here. I'll be back with more stuff throughout the coming weeks here. So stay tuned. Have a great evening.